With that, we'll now recognize you for your 5-minute opening statement.
Mr. Chairman and members, thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. I'm here at the Chairman's request to discuss the Department of Health and Human Services Unaccompanied Children Program within the Office of Refugee Resettlement and the work that we are continually doing to ensure the safety and well-being of children in our care. The UC program's mandate is directed at providing temporary care and shelter for unaccompanied children and securing appropriately vetted sponsors who can assume custody and provide a home for the children during the pendency of their immigration proceedings. I want to address reports that have flagged an increase in children being employed illegally and exploited by companies. This is real, it's repulsive, and it's unacceptable. I say this as the son of a road construction worker who, as the oldest child, had to leave school after the 6th grade. He never got to go back. Unlawful child labor is not limited to migrant children, but unaccompanied children released from ORR custody may be particularly vulnerable to unscrupulous employers. HHS is coordinating with the Department of Labor and other partners to assist their efforts to further crack down on illegal child labor. At HHS, we follow the law. Employers and companies should do the same. HHS is proud to do our part in the critical work to care for unaccompanied children. We have a dedicated team of professionals at ORR who oversee their care and placement with vetted sponsors. I hold our team and the entire department to the highest standard to ensure we are delivering on our mission to provide care that is in the child's best interest. Let me be clear about how we approach this work. ORR funds nearly 300 programs in 27 states, such as shelter programs, transitional care, long-term care, group homes, staff secure facilities, and residential treatment centers. At these facilities, ORR provides child-appropriate services, including education, healthcare and counseling services, case management services, recreation, access to legal services, access to religious services, and access to child advocates where applicable. These services are delivered according to child welfare best practices in a manner that is appropriate to the age, culture, preferred language, and needs of each child. ORR also works to maintain a preparedness posture by ensuring it can quickly scale up capacity if needed. We know, and child welfare experts will tell you, that the best place for a child is in a home, with a family, in a community, not in a congregate care setting. That is why we work so hard to find appropriate custodial sponsors for these children. This fiscal year, ORR has placed over 83,000 children with vetted sponsors. More than 85% of those children released to vetted sponsors were placed with a parent, legal guardian, or close family member. The average length of time a child spends in HHS care before being placed with a vetted sponsor is currently less than 1 month. Of course, it is not always possible to place a child with a parent, legal guardian, or close family member. In these cases, which is fewer than 15% of children, ORR takes steps, additional steps and precautions in the sponsor vetting process prior to the placement of the child. HHS's custodial responsibility for unaccompanied children legally ends once we place them in the custody of a vetted sponsor. Nevertheless, ORR has enacted policies to help identify challenges and opportunities to support and protect children following their release from HHS's custody. This is where there seems to be the most misunderstanding, Mr. Chairman. In fact, I heard that just a while ago. So, Mr. Chairman, let me repeat what I just said. HHS's custodial responsibility for unaccompanied children legally ends once we place them in the custody of a vetted sponsor. That's not me saying it, that's Congress's law as it was passed into statute. But HHS, we at HHS, we voluntarily do more to support and protect these children. Furthermore, we are committed to expanding access to post-release services with adequate funding appropriated by you, by Congress. Mr. Chairman, children are children, but the children who have come into OR care face unique challenges that require a whole-of-government approach, including our partners in Congress, fellow federal agencies, state and local agencies, and national and community partners. I hope that we can continue to work together to care for and support children in the best interest of our nation. I thank you, and I yield back.